Hey guys, it's the enthusiast here. Now, with D managed to steal the divine tool from the Red Ranger, he's in a crisis right now, Akabane, and trying to solve the problem at hand. And in this chapter, we'll get more glimpse of the Dragonkeepers and also solidifies the Red Dragonkeeper's own twisted view on justice that we get to see a little bit during the previous chapters. Before we move on to the next section of the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to notify whenever my new videos are uploaded on the channel. Now let's begin. We opened up the chapter with Suzuki joining a holy banquet attended by the main ranger and also the junior first class attaché or the assistant. And it is implied by the pink ranger that it's been a long time since they've done the banquet alongside the assistant. The Rangers once again are reintroduced with the assistant, and the one catching the attention of the banquet is the Blue Ranger. Now, at first glance of him shows that he's the type of all bark no bite kind of guy, berating at Suzuki for coming late for the banquet and keeping the Rangers waiting for her, and also yelling at Yellow Ranger for not disciplining her enough, pointing the lack of manners and respect for the lower class Rangers that unlike the other ranger, the Blue Ranger divisions takes matter of management and training seriously. Getting further from the previous chapters that different ranger divisions have different jurisdictions, tasks, and also from this chapter having different training regime. This chapter also displays the relationship between the main ranger and the assistant, and it is implied in this chapter that although they bond closely to their respective ranges, the same can't be said with the other ranges of different divisions, noting by Suzuki basically calling the Blue Ranger kid, and before things escalated further, both of them put to a stop, with acting assistant of the Blue Ranger hitting him and stopping him. Now, this is just a theory on my end, but one thing I noticed is that the Blue Ranger, in my opinion, is probably the weakest of all of the main Rangers, noting with his outspoken personality that implies he's all bark and no bite, like I mentioned before, and forcing him to play the silent and stoic type when out in the public and during acting. And I suspect he's probably one of the softest of them all, judging by his reaction of his acting assistant when stopping the Blue Ranger. But only time will tell. And with the next page reveals that the creature that D passed through when trying to steal the divine tools is in fact the Ranger's mascot, Lucian, and he's the one to alert the Red Ranger when the theft happened. Now, in this banquet, when the Red Ranger Akabane bringing up his divine tools being stolen, his assistant Jin Himura unexpectedly brings up how he is careless enough to leave it in practically an open space and being stolen by the foot soldier nonetheless, suggested that he is to be replaced by a more competent ranger, hinting that Jin himself should replace Akabane to become the main ranger and he should step down from the role. Now, shockingly, Akabane himself agreed with Jin's statement, also adding that in addition to justice, strength also contributed to the process to ensure that justice will prevail in the end, and praising Jin for coming this far from becoming a wimp to become an assistant to Akabane before he proceeds to smash Jin's head to the wall, beating him and subsequently kill his assistant in front of the rangers and their assistants, and with Jin's body stuck to the wall, bloodied with Akabane gracefully hitting his meal with Suzuki chuckled at the thought of the concept of a good guy. We now end chapter 6. Now, with previous chapters, although they've shown us how devious and evil Akabane is, this chapter elaborates further and shows the extent of his behavior by literally killing his assistant that he trained from the bottom until reach the position of the assistant, and shows that how twisted Akabane is in seeing his form of justice, being that it is an absolute justice and he will achieve that mission no matter how twisted it is in the eyes of his peers. And apparently the first class assistant of the Rangers, seeing that action barely have any reaction from them, though it is likely they'll suppress it in order to avoid the same fate as Jin did. Now, another note that Jin is the one who apparently leaked the whereabouts of Akabane's divine tools to Suzukiri. Now, although he has a different motive from her being wanted to replace Akabane to become the main Dragon Keepers, he showed that there are others who had a different agenda when joining the Rangers. And this maybe become a plot point for D and also Suzukiri on achieving their goals along the way eventually. We still technically haven't seen the full personality of the other assistant, so expect that some of them may have a different motive. Now, some of you viewers might notice why I haven't made a video about the past two chapters, which is chapter 4 and 5 of the Ranger Reject, is that I've been continuing my studies just a few weeks ago and unfortunately didn't have time to make it due to preparing to do these past few weeks. So I apologize for the missing chapter review. Now, to be honest, I don't think I'll do the chapter 4 and 5 review video, but if you want me to, please just comment down below. Now, with that out of the way, in the next chapter, will we find out if D is still alive? Now, with Jin killed, will Suzukiri find another mole in order to find the rest of the divine tools of the Dragon Keepers? Let's find out together next time on my Ranger Reject manga review. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of this video. If you like and enjoyed this video, please notify me by clicking the like button on this video and comment on what would you like to expect on the next chapter will be. Again, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. This is the enthusiast signing out.